Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Muscatine Today Show. It is Monday the 23rd. Just had a big weekend here in Muscatine. For those of you that didn't see it or didn't go, we pushed a whole bunch of new muskies out into the world yesterday. 300 and some, I don't know, there's a lot of them. They're all wearing purple and caps and gowns. It was a thing. If you didn't see it, you can hop on PCTV. It'll be on a couple times through there. Of course, check it out on discovermuscatine.com. And congrats to all the grads. The end of last week, something else pretty cool happened. Kent was recognized for the third straight year as a U.S. Best Managed Company, which is a ridiculously high honor. And congratulations out to all our friends at Kent. I know that takes from the bottom to the top, it takes a whole bunch of people doing the right thing a whole bunch of times. So I know we've reached out to Carol and Johnny, and they're getting us some more info to kind of talk about that a little bit more over the next couple days, but really big thing for them down at Kent. So before we get going, I want to take a quick second and thank all our sponsors like we always do. Of course, Hy-Vee, Unity Point, Trinity Health, Muscatine Power and Water, Becky Insurance, Bear Muscatine, Toyota Muscatine, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Impact Performance, Impact Fitness and Nutrition. They've changed it, and now Jess is laughing at me. See, Autumn, this is what happens when you stay home with a sick kid. You get me hosting. I can't even get the name of your company right. It's just what it is. Suntan City, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Impact Blood Life Center, Harper's Cycling and Fitness, and another new sponsor, the Muscatine County Fair, because fair season's almost here. Stay tuned to the Today Show here in the Discover Muscatine newspaper. There's going to be some cool things, some chances to win some fun passes for the week, some cool stuff like that. So keep an eye on the paper and the show, and we'll keep you posted on how to get some tickets to the fair. So with me this morning, I've got Dan from Wesley. Now, see, I totally psyched myself out. I can never get Wesley United Methodist out of my mouth correctly. Now I just did it, now that I'm not thinking about it. But they've got some cool stuff going on this summer that he's here to talk about. We're going to cover Hymn Fest. We're going to cover their summer music camp, a bunch of cool stuff. So let's just, that wasn't a fly. I swear it wasn't a fly. Welcome, as I totally randomly roll around. So Hymn Fest is the first thing coming up.
Yes.
So like we were talking before, what's Hymn Fest? There's people that want to know, what's a Hymn Fest?
Yeah, so the congregation plays a really big role in a Hymn Fest. There's numerous hymns that are sung by the congregation. There are also some anthems done by the choir. There's a festival choir that we have right now of 29. There's also scripture readings, kind of reflections that are all kind of woven together. And there's actually a theme to this hymn festival, which is common. It really revolves around Will You Come and Follow Me, a hymn festival inviting us to answer the call to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with our God.
That works. So this is, I think it's the 16th of next month.
Yes, so Thursday, June 16th at 7:30 p.m. at Wesley.
Yep, and we'll have it, it's part of the Jackson Concert Series.
Yes.
Which I'm sure you guys have all seen in the paper. We have what seems like constant notifications of cool concerts that you guys are doing. So for those that may not know, I'm going to throw you a little bit of a curveball here. Can you tell everybody, what is the Jackson Concert Series? Because it's been around a long time. I remember several people working on it, even back at the Voice of Muscatine, and so kind of walk us through, what is the Jackson Concerts, because it's all year long now.
Yes, so, and even sometimes in the summer we've got Josh Duffy coming in August. So it's basically free concerts for the community. Robert Jackson was an attorney here in town, and in his will he left money explicitly for concerts to be open to the public, and this has been going on a little over 40 years.
Yeah. And so, I know when we talked, I stopped by the church, it's been several months ago now, and we kind of talked through, what all, and, by the time you kind of plotted it out, it's about every 6-8 weeks on average, there's a concert, right?
Oh, at least, yeah. I think this year we've had about 8, going back to September.
Yeah.
And
So what else? So of course, HymnFest is part of that. What else is on the agenda for summer, fall?
Yeah, so Josh Duffy is going to be coming, I believe it's August 1st, like a jazz performer.
Gotcha.
We will also have...
I know, I totally put you on the spot.
Well,
I totally put you, it's all right.
It'll come to me.
If you think of it, let me know.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if not, of course, it's on our community calendar. It's in the paper. We usually try and have them out a couple of weeks in advance and several so that you can kind of plan around them.
Yeah, we'll have Pablo coming in November. I also have an organ recital near the end of October.
Gotcha. Yeah, so, and it's, what I like about it is it's a variety of stuff.
Yes.
I mean, you don't just do like what you would classically think would be a simple church concert, or, I mean, it's just something anybody can enjoy. I mean,
Yep.
I've seen, there's like some country stuff, there's jazz, there's, I mean, so it's really a nice thing that the community has that just, it's had this niche for so long. And sometimes I think, like, when something's been around that long, you know, you just hear, oh, Jackson Concert Series, okay, but you don't always know what started it and like why that's a part of our community. Well,
Yeah.
because somebody, you know, over 40 years ago thought it'd be a great idea to have a concert series, and well, not so, but you know, to leave funds for that, and so here we are 40 years later, still enjoying what they thought about. So,
yeah, we really try to have a variety of events, and you know, sometimes we draw from the Quad City Visiting Artists series. So those concerts are usually Tuesday or Thursdays at 2. And then sometimes we'll have evening performances as well. So it's a good mix. Sometimes people can't make it during the day, but they can come in the evening, and vice versa.
yeah, so that kind of covers the concert series. So the summer music camp is in July, the 18th through the 22nd.
Yes.
And so essentially, you're going to have a musical that is 0 on day 1. And by
Possibly. Yes, it could be.
by Friday, you've got a musical.
Yeah,
right.
We are doing Rescue in the Night. It's the story of Daniel in the Lion's Den from the Old Testament, and it's going to be 3rd through 6th graders. We are giving 2nd graders the option, if they want to be in the musical, to be a part of the full camp experience from 9 a.m. till 2:30. The younger students are kindergarten through 2nd grade, meet from 9 till 11:30 a.m. every day, and they just have a variety of activities. Obviously, lots of singing, time to play with like boom whackers, like plastic tube, you know, pitched instruments.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah, obviously, like time for snacks, time for games.
Right.
Yeah.
All the stuff the kids need in the summer. I mean,
Yeah,
you know, it's
yeah.
not like school, you know, per se. Like it's just going to be like learn musical now.
Yes. Yep.
But at least, you know, with it being Daniel and Lions, at least they know the story. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully that should help. So who is this open to? How do they register? What does that all look like?
Yeah, I mean, it's open to any children who has finished kindergarten through 6th grade.
Okay.
And we have a link, a QR code that should be on the screen. You can always go to the Wesley webpage on the main page.
Yep.
If you go down to the Summer at Wesley, there's both a section for the summer music camp and also the VBS that's happening the week before that, the Vacation Bible School.
Gotcha.
So there's, links right on there.
Yeah.
As well.
Jess, could you make sure that we can get that link down into the comment section so that we can get straight out to it so people don't even have to mess with the QR code? Because, you know, QR codes, those take so long. I mean, you've got to like scan them. I mean, geez, it's like a whole thing.
Yeah,
Just
so
give you a link.
it is free, so we want to make sure everyone knows that, but do register.
Yeah.
So that we can get
Plan.
accurate numbers.
Yeah. You know, more kids is always a good thing as long as you know more kids are coming. So, is there anything else that you'd like us to know about what's going on out at Wesley this summer?
I think just with the Hymn Fest, we'd like to get, you know, at least a couple hundred people to come. We'd really like it to become an annual event, and so we have quite a good size of the choir right now, but we really want to just fill the space, and we've got this really esteemed church musician named Tom Traney who will be leading it. He's based out of Lincoln, Nebraska, and nationally known, and so it's going to be a really neat event. He'll play organ, he'll play piano, he'll conduct. The Wesley musicians will also be doing things as well. And we've got our pastor, Brian Oliver from Wesley, who's going to be one of the readers, as well as Pastor Elise Knitzer from Shepherd of the Cross, So they're going to be doing several of the readings, and Tom will also be doing some of his reflections. So it's going to be a really cool event.
Here's what nobody besides me is wondering. Will the bell choir be there?
Actually, the handbells are going to be randomly ringing on one of the hymns.
Oh,
so,
awesome.
yes.
So, funny story, not funny, just I think it's funny. When we started working on Jingle and Mingle, the Holiday Stroll last year, the one thing that I said from the beginning is I want a handbell choir. To me, Christmas, I grew up at First Baptist, we had the handbell choir. You know, it's just, that's Christmas. And it worked out so well that you guys were able to come and play, which I thought was absolutely great. I loved it. I wish I could have gotten down there. I got stuck at the other end, and like that was the one thing I wanted to make sure I got to go see, and I didn't. But I will absolutely be there this year.
Okay.
Because you guys are coming back, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. So I think that should be about everything we needed to cover, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think we got it.
We'd love to see, as many kindergarten through 6th graders here for the summer music camp, and
check out Hymn Fest.
Yeah.
So we'll go to a quick break here real quick, and we'll come back with the Class of 97 MHS Reunion. Or really, it's just going to be MJ and Kraig talking about Crossroads and some cool stuff they're doing. So, not Kraig. Yeah, anyway, G-Mini Christmas. This is the B-roll. See, everybody's confusing me. G-Mini Christmas. All right. We'll see you guys in just a second.
Hi, I'm TJ Deere, General Manager here at Toyota of Muscatine.
Hi, I'm Megan, and I'm from Muscatine.
My name is Logan, and I'm from Muscatine.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we believe in investing in our community.
And that's why all our members are local to the Muscatine area.
It's why we give generously to charities based in our city.
Because we believe that giving back means paying it forward.
That's why an investment in us is an investment in our community.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we're here to serve.
When you buy a vehicle at a multi-brand dealership and it isn't locally owned, it can be difficult to get information that you need.
That's why all of our trained salespeople are focused on one thing, getting you the best deal possible on a new or used Toyota.
And when you pick your favorite, we will help you with financing and maintenance.
We love helping our neighbors.
Come to Toyota Muscatine today.
Okay. So Jess just starts counting down for some random reason, like when she gets down to 1, I'm supposed to do something. I still haven't quite figured out this show hosting thing. Hopefully, like we were talking about, you're going to get a really probably interesting conversation here, because some guys that have known me a long time are sitting here with me, and I think we decided that probably 80%, 90% of the population over 40 in Muscatine would enjoy me looking like an idiot on TV. So hopefully I'm like living up to that bar, because it is what it is. So with me, I've got Kraig Reed and Michael Dunlap, or as everybody in Muscatine knows him, MJ. Are you officially Crossroads? Okay, I didn't know if it was Vision 2020, Crossroads, that whole organizational thing. And so they've got some really cool stuff coming up with Shredding Day and Collaboration 1 that we're gonna kind of kick it over to them. So what is Shredding Day? I mean, is this when we all have to like starve ourselves, get back to like high school weight, see our abs again, get shredded?
No, it's, everybody shows up with guitars and amps and they shred.
Oh,
Don't give
of the two options, that seems like the more beneficial for those watching.
No, actually, so every year Crossroads does a shredding event for residential customers. And so we do that typically once a year. This year we're going to have it at Crossroads. It's going to be kind of a drive-through style, so coming in through the south entrance and then making their way through the back of the building where we have our shredding facility. You can bring in any paper products. There are a couple things that we don't accept, so I kind of want to talk about that a little bit too. So,
real quick, the south entrance. For the directionally challenged, you're going to have signs, right?
We will. We will have a sign up at the entrance.
We're going to make Megan stand out there and direct traffic.
I love it. Can you get her one of those like spinning sign arrows?
That's what we said. We're going to teach her how to spin the signs properly too.
Oh, yes. Oh, you know what you should do? You should do celebrity arrow spinning. See if you can get some people from town to like go out and like for like an hour, half hour, spin and like see who does the best.
I think that this is going to be a segment that you can create. You got the connections. We'll send Megan and
let's see who
plays for us.
I'm thinking, you got to get the usual suspects. We can get Lindsay Phillips, Greg Bach, get Tony out there. Let's see who else. Brett Talkington, make him, he's semi-athletic. We can get him out there. I don't think he's that coordinated though. We'll see. So what? You guys aren't liking my additions to Shredding Day?
No, that's perfectly fine.
So essentially, it's for residential folks. So basically everybody, right? To come in and get rid of all the stuff like credit card statements, all those things that you shouldn't just like toss in the trash. But what were some of the things that you don't take?
Sure. So we don't take cardboard or any kind of glossy paper. It's pretty much strictly office type paper. Okay. And try to take out any paper clips or binder clips, things like that could get caught up in the machinery.
Be considerate, right? Like do a little bit of cleaning before you take it. So like credit card statements, some of those are a little bit glossy. Are those okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to have a little bit of that.
Just like magazines.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. Like a full high gloss. Okay, that
Correct.
makes sense. Gotcha. So when is that again?
That is going to be on this Wednesday, the 25th.
Okay.
At Crossroads again.
From 11 to 1.
From 11 to 1. And remind everybody where Crossroads is.
Yeah.
1424 Hauser Street. So basically, it's almost right across from Fulliam Street.
Right.
To point on our shred, so we do offer a shred, and it's a secure shred, so we are NAID certified, which means we get audited every year through a certification company to make sure we're meeting certain standards, which means if you have like personal private information that's sensitive, that we handle it with that care, where it goes into bins that are always locked. It goes into a secured cage area where the shredder's at, so only certified people actually have access to that. And if anybody's actually interested, one of the things we're offering it since this year is that if they want to take a tour of the facility, see the shred area, actually see what else we do at Crossroads, which we're going to get into with our collaboration one. We're going to be there. It's available for anybody that if they want to do a tour, that we'd be happy to show them around and see what we do.
Awesome. Okay, so nice segue, MJ. Maybe you should just host. You just want to switch me spots with? So collaboration one, this is like a whole thing, right? So big overview, big picture, what is your relationship with Collaboration One? Like, what does that look like?
So I guess Collaboration One was born out of the idea of the old way of what was to be considered sheltered workshops, which is we would have individuals that were with disabilities in programming. We're trying to teach them vocational skills. And the workshop used to be funded by counties, and it was piecework, so people would get paid just on whatever they could produce. And we started growing into this idea that we really need to make it like a fully integrated work environment where we are working with anybody off the street, could be working with people in programming, and they also get paid at a fair rate. So everybody starts at the same wages when they work in that facility, and it's very, like I said, integrated, and so it's a great environment. And so that's where the name Collaboration One comes out of. So it's kind of like a separate, it's Crossroads, but it's an addition to.
Right, and that's, as Megan and I have talked about this as we've been working on some projects, is how you explain that connection, right? Because, you know, a lot of people, if they've been around town at all, have an understanding of what Crossroads is, right? But what I love about what the Collaboration One function does is it kind of opens you guys up to a lot more possibilities and the ability to just kind of like create an environment that is inclusive. It gets everybody what they need, but also still delivers a valuable product and service. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like this best of both worlds sort of a thing. So
honestly, it really is like kind of a best of all worlds. I mean, yeah, we're offering programming. We're also providing an economic part of the community.
Yep.
One of the big things, and I think Kraig will expand more on this, is we've been partnering with a company called Apache out of Cedar Rapids, and we're growing a really dynamic production line with them right now. And the cool thing about that is that we're injecting, you know, kind of cash from an outside company into our local economy with that, and they're supporting what we do as a mission.
Yeah, and that's, you know, one thing that, you know, we have in these random conversations I end up in around town all the time. We talk about, like, when is Muscatine at its best? It's when it's exporting things, right? In the history of Muscatine, that's what it is. Whether it's Holland tables and chairs, GPC, Carver, Pearl buttons, whatever, it's always when we're exporting, right? And that's essentially what you guys have done. I mean, it's kind of got like some entrepreneurial spirit in it, you know, like, okay, how do we take the current environment over the last, when did Collaboration One start? I mean, it's been...
officially, go ahead.
No, yeah, so officially it's probably been about 2 years.
Yeah, it started right as the pandemic was happening.
Right, yeah, I couldn't remember whether it was like just before or just after, but like, it's really kind of taken like today's economic environment and figured out how you keep everything sustainable. So, Kraig, it looks like you want to say something. Yeah.
No, I mean, what MJ said is correct. You know, we're really an inclusive work environment. I think the important thing too is we're trying to be an example for other companies and the community to show that it can work. You know, you can have an integrated workforce and you can you know, pay everyone a decent wage and still be very productive. You know, we've been steadily increasing our profits, and the point of production or Collaboration One really is to help fund the other programmings we have at Crossroads.
And build those partnerships in the community. Like, so we have our, what people would think as our traditional programming with individuals with disabilities, but we also have a partnership with MCSA where we are working with people who are maybe recovering from substance abuse or mental illness, and we're also giving them those same vocational experiences and training and job coaches to help out.
So the other thing I don't think that a lot of people would fully appreciate or understand is the scale. So like, how many employees do you guys have now? And like, what other sort of, like, where do you see this going in the next couple of years?
So right now we have 28 employees in production. I think overall though, we have about
84, 85.
Yeah, I mean, so like 84, 85, I mean, that's like a significant chunk of people that are funded through this. Not funded, yeah. Like their salaries and everything are funded through this. So, sorry, Ben's being Ben over there. It's just what happens when you host a show in Ben's department. Sorry, totally threw me off.
But of that, we're around 30% of production employees are program-based, and we do have a goal of trying to get that to 50%, and that's through developing new partnerships, new productions, and a lot of the company list you named earlier, I mean, with like H&I, yep. Bridgestone, Bandag, those are companies that have worked with us for over 50 years that are also big partners in doing this.
That's what I was actually going to ask next is, you know, this kind of thing doesn't exist without a lot of support, right? So who have been like your biggest partners through this?
So we've worked with Bridgestone Bandag for at least 40 years.
Yeah.
You know, doing various projects for them. You know, H&I is a big partner of ours right now as well. And we're kind of diversifying now a little bit more into other companies such as Apache out of Cedar Rapids and trying to build those networks with other companies to, you know, build up our production facility to, again, diversify and to help fund, you know, programming.
Okay, so let's take a quick spin to this. So, you know, to the business owners out there, to the managers, what is the kind of thing that would be a great project for you guys where you could come in and help somebody with their capacity? Like, what are the sorts of things that...
Well, I think that the idea that we try to sell it as is like, if you want to expand your footprint without actually building a brick and mortar building, then come talk to us and we'll see what we can do. We tour the facility and see what it is. Because the idea is like what we're doing with Apache. Had you asked us 2 years ago, were we going to be in hydraulic hose manufacturing? We would have probably not even thought of it until we went and seen what Apache was looking for, or the different processes. And through that, we're expanding into. We've got a shrink wrap heat tunnel that's being installed this summer, so that'll expand what we could offer. And we're really the most important thing is if somebody has either like a labor shortage or a capacity issue that they want to see if we can help them out with. They just need to give Kraig or myself a call and schedule a tour, and we walk the facility, we talk about what your needs are, and then we see what we can do. And it doesn't really matter how big or how small. I mean, we partnered last year with Fighting Chance Solutions to do some of their manufacturing, and that's on an on-call basis. So it's when they have the need, they give us a call, and then we produce it. But it's not, like H&I, that's a daily output.
Right, yeah. And that's the one thing that I love about what you guys do is there's so much flexibility in it. Like, you guys, with us as a marketing agency, we try and do the same thing where it's like, okay, what is it you need? And then we'll just fill the little holes. And there's always a need for that because there's no business out there that can always have all the capacity they need all the time, right? And I think you guys have found a great niche in the production world of how you can help people flex through some of that
Absolutely.
stuff. So, I mean, I've always loved just the concept of it, let alone how well you guys execute it. So, is there anything else big you guys want to talk about? I don't want to miss anything.
We've got, the Shred event that's coming up Wednesday. Friday, we partnered with United Way, so their kids' pancake breakfast is going to be at Crossroads also that morning.
That's right.
So
we
definitely
I knew that.
Want to see people out there. I'm super excited to have a second breakfast that day.
Ooh.
And
are you a hobbit?
Yes, totally a hobbit.
Whew, we did not all just show our age there. That was not...
Class of 97.
Wow. Speaking of which, we have to give a quick shout out to Laura Ashley, who's going to head up our class reunion. I don't know if you guys saw that on Facebook. She volunteered to take it all over. And
that's great.
Awesome. Good for her.
Yeah, exactly. See, Laura, gotcha.
Because we all need to be reminded of how old we're getting.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to put a number on it. We'll just be like, yo, let's all go down to Contrary and call it good.
Sure.
Okay, so one of you's got to do this. We've got a What's in the Box ready. Who's going to do? Now, I know, Kraig, you've done What's in the Box.
I have. I did it once before, but I was unable to guess what it was.
So, I mean, do you think this needs to be an MJ thing?
I thought you said you wanted a redemption for it, but...
Oh, there we go. Oh, yes.
Yes.
No, you guys can do this. Left hand, right hand. You guys can do this.
Okay. That'll be funny.
So here's the great part. I don't even know what's in there at this point. So, this is going to be good. Pop your hand in there. Pop your hand in there. Push it open there.
Hey.
Whoa. Hey, guys. This is a public show. Come on. Push open the box. Come on. You gotta push it open so we can see what you're doing in there. Have you figured out?
It could be some sort of vegetable or fruit.
Oh.
Well, so
wait.
It's National Coffee Day. I don't know if that matters.
Chris dropped off.
This stuff's super good.
Or a penny here. It's a penny.
Happy Penny Day.
It's Lucky Penny Day.
With a giant bowl, apparently.
With a giant bowl. I think you succeeded. That's what happens when you give Chris 25 seconds to put together a What's in the Box.
I'm just amazed at how long he was gone to go find a penny.
That's crazy. All right. Well, I think this should be how we end the show. I don't think there can be anything better than a penny in a box. I mean, I feel like, is there anything else you guys know of coming up in town that everybody should know about? Oh, look at the blank stares. Look at the blank stares.
I think you covered it.
I think we got it. Cool.
We just live, breathe, and breathe Crossroads. So.
That sounds about right. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in, and have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
We've all been through a lot together. And along the way, you'll find out who really cares for you and who you can trust. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in life, like those days when the amazing happens, or those days that are really, really hard. That's why you need someone like Unity Point Health. Because when it comes to your health, you gotta have someone you can trust. Unity Point Health.